You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
District 80 Week in Review by Representative Linda Collins Smith. Read by Jody Shackelford.
Sponsored by First National Banking Company.
In a recent column, I mentioned the state was expected to wrap up the fiscal year, which ended June 30th, with the budget in good shape. Well, the Department of Finance and Administration issued its official year-end review report this week, and the state closed out fiscal year 2011 $93.9 million ahead of the budget forecast. It is the first time in 3 years that the state has ended the year with more revenue than projected. Net available funds actually available to spend, total $4.5 billion, which is 5.8% above last year's total. Funds came in above the forecast primarily because collections from individual and corporate income taxes were greater than expected. Individual collections exceeded forecasts by $62.2 million, and corporate collections were $16.2 million more than forecast. Analysts say that this reflects the economic upturn of 2010 reported on the 2011 tax filings. Another major factor putting the revenue above projections was that a one-time year-end transfer of surplus fees from the Department of Insurance totaling $16.4 million. However, all categories were not above forecast. Gross receipts tax totals, coming mainly from sales tax collections, grew with the economy, but then slowly toward the end of the fiscal year, coming in at $11.1 million below forecast. Analysts believe increased fuel prices impacted taxpayer spending and caused the slowdown. Nevertheless, the overall report was a good one, and that is a category we will keep a close eye on as we move forward. Already, some folks have speculated just how the state should spend its above forecasted funding. Although most of us see the revenue numbers as a positive sign on the road to financial recovery, we recognize this road is a slow one that could hold unexpected twists and turns. Therefore, to stay prepared, we must continue the same conservative budget practices that helped our state end this year on a positive note. Eventually, the financial cushion may be used up to help plug some of the existing budget holes. For example, the state's Medicare budget faces a major shortfall in the next 2 years. Some leaders have suggested that the revenue surplus should be used to help there as we work to lower the state's overall Medicare costs to prevent future shortfalls. Others have suggested the surplus might help fund the tax cuts recently put in place. Whatever our action, it is important to remain cautious. Overall, I'm pleased with the apparent shape of our year-end review. The last few years have been tight ones for state finances, as I'm sure they have been for your family's budget. Hopefully, the upswing will continue in coming months as we head into the 2012 fiscal session in February.